So I've been getting a lot of messages and questions lately from women who are curious about GLP-1 medications, the things you've heard about, Ozempic, Wegovy, etc. A lot of them are asking the same question: should I be using this during perimenopause for my stubborn weight gain? And I want to give you an honest answer as a nurse, because I work with women in this phase of life, and it can be a very complicated thing. So let me just break it down first of what's happening in your body so that you can make an informed decision and have some good questions to ask your doctor. So first, let's talk about GLP-1 and what it actually does. It's a hormone your body actually produces naturally. It helps regulate your appetite, it slows down your digestion, and helps stabilize blood sugar. Those are all really good things. And when you take Ozempic or Wegovy, you're basically getting a synthetic version, but it's much, much more powerful. It's a bigger dose, and it lasts for much longer in your body. It lasts for hours instead of minutes. So here's where perimenopause comes in. During this stage of life, your estrogen is declining, and when your estrogen drops, your cells become more resistant to insulin, meaning that your body has to work harder to bring the sugar out of your bloodstream and stores it as fat. Your metabolism starts to slow down, and you start to gain weight even though you've been eating about the same way you always have. Your hunger hormones get confused, and suddenly everything feels a little bit harder. So I understand why women can look at a GLP-1 as a saving grace. This is the magic pill that could be the answer. Because it does work. You will lose weight. The appetite suppression is pretty real and significant. But I want you to understand what's actually happening when you take it during perimenopause, and more importantly, what can happen when you stop. So the thing about GLP-1 medications during this stage of life is they're going to suppress your appetite, and sometimes so much that women end up eating about 800 to 1,000 calories a day. That's a significant caloric reduction. It sounds great when you're wanting your scale to drop, right? You want to lose that weight. But your body's also losing muscle naturally during perimenopause, during this phase of life. And then you add on to that severe calorie restriction, and you're accelerating that muscle loss at the exact time of your life when you really need to be protecting it and preserving it and building it. So muscle is part of your metabolism. Less muscle means your body burns fewer calories at rest. So now your baseline has shifted even lower. And when you stop taking this GLP-1 medication, your appetite is going to come raging back. And with that, the weight will come back. But you don't gain the muscle back. And then, because you have less muscle, your metabolism is actually slower, but you're craving more calories because your appetite's back. And this is why sometimes women end up stopping and they're realizing that they wish they had never started. So the other thing I want you to know about GLP-1 medications that they don't always address is, why has your metabolism changed in the first place? And it's a lot to do with insulin resistance. If you're not watching and balancing your hormones, you're not learning how to work with your body. You're not supporting your body so that insulin can be less resistant, so your body is going to be using the insulin appropriately. So taking a GLP-1 is like putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for you. Some women, it actually makes sense depending on what their health history is, how much weight they need to lose. It's just a good conversation to have with your doctor if it's good for a short-term tool. And again, this is not meant to be medical advice. Always consult with your doctor. But this is just a reminder. This video is just strictly for education. But I think you deserve to understand the full picture before you decide, because the women I see that have lasting success with weight loss during and after perimenopause are the ones who understand what the changes are going on in their body and how to support their body. If you're enjoying this information, give it a thumbs up. If you're not, give it a thumbs down. Leave your comments. Give me your perspective. I just want to help women have better conversations, and I want them to help to learn to work with their hormones instead of against them. And I want them to build a health practices that help sustain them long term, so they can have a happy, healthy, long life, and have an approach that actually works for the long term And I don't want people to have to depend on a medication for their life unless they really have to. There are some medications that are life-saving, but I don't think GLP-1 is one that we need to be focusing on taking for long term. If you're interested in learning more, drop blood sugar in the comments. I'll send you my free cheat sheet that you can use today that helps create some lasting metabolic changes. I believe that you deserve a solution that makes you stronger, not one that makes you dependent on something else.